Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, ready to demonstrate to you fine folks how to perform shotgun-based surgical procedures in the safety and comfort of your very own homes to save both time and money in XCOM: The Long War. Now, you may be asking questions like, since when are you a board-certified surgeon, Pete? Or, is a shotgun really the right tool for something as delicate as thoracic surgery? Or even, how drunk are you right now? And let me say, those are all excellent questions, truly they are. But I think the only thing I need to provide from my curriculum vitae in order to allay your concerns is our last episode, in which 3 of our troopers performed back-to-back-to-back high-velocity lead appendectomies on a pod of thin men, eliminating them in less time than it actually takes to tell the tale. And if you saw that virtuoso performance and still have reservations about my talents and abilities, frankly, no number of diplomas, board certifications, or AMA endorsements is going to sway you if that's the case. I'm not going to change your mind. If, however, you find yourself intrigued with my methods after seeing our last episode, then perhaps Perfidious Pete's stellar shotgun surgical techniques are just the thing you've been waiting for. So, without any further ado, I think we should head on up to Mission Control here and get our little demonstration started. Warning, Perfidious Pete is not a board-certified medical professional. None of the procedures demonstrated as a part of Perfidious Pete's stellar shotgun surgical techniques are approved by the American Medical Association or the National Rifle Association for human consumption. Use of the techniques demonstrated in this video carries a high incidence of patient death. Do not trust Perfidious Pete. The man has the word Perfidious right there in his name. Perfidious Pete LP disavows all knowledge of this program, its procedures, and any advice delivered therein. All rights reserved. You know, that's just a little legal disclaimer there at the end. Please disregard all things in that. My techniques are foolproof, I assure you. 100% guaranteed to produce dead thin men. This medium UFO, though, not sure my surgical techniques are really going to work on this guy. This may be a little larger tumor than we're prepared to excise at the moment, I think. Yeah, this is a problem. Alright, so we only have 2 interceptors here. Now, granted, they are our 2 best pilots. But, and one of them, hell, you know, Baja has Stingray missiles. There's a chance we could make this work, actually. What I'm going to shoot for, though, rather than actually splashing this UFO, I don't think with 2 interceptors we're going to bring it down. We'd have to get quite lucky. But what I'm going to shoot for is just trying to get the little yellow frilly explosions and see if maybe, just maybe, we can send him packing so he doesn't complete whatever mission he's about. So let's send up Dead Stick, and then we can always follow that up with Baja if the need arises. And I'm certain the need's probably going to arise.
We have eyes on the bandit.
If only these guys were flying low enough to be in shotgun range, I'd have no doubt that we could bring him down. Alright, come on, you gotta get some hits here, buddy. You gotta be hitting this craft. Okay, so there's our frilly yellow explosions. We got 4 hits out of that intercept. That's well above average, actually. Okay, well, we gotta send up Baja, because even though we got the explosions, I think considering the fact that we got 4 hits, it's not out of the question that Baja could bring him down here. So let's see if little old Gutierrez can do his region of North American continent, the Baja, New Mexico area. Let's see if he can do him proud. Homeboy makes good. He's got a hit. 2 hits. Oh, Baja, you fucking beast, you. Look at this man. He is a rogue monstrosity. That's 2 for 2 now. He's got kills on medium UFOs. We've sent him up against 2, and both times he's come back with the trophy. Well done, Baja. Well done. Wow, I'm really proud of him. Although I'm proud of him, I'm actually suddenly less sanguine about our chances here, because now we have to actually go deal with this raider. And I don't know what kind of crew we got. I think a lot of our quality units are tired. We're not going to have a lot of assault troopers, that's for sure, because we took a bunch last episode, and while they did do some fine work for us, yeah, we don't, this is sort of suboptimal. Alright, well, we're going to have to make do with what we can. Helen Keller was she put on a virtuoso performance. I mean, not only on her last time out was Helen Keller able to display the fact that she can easily overcome any perceived handicap she might have. That vacant stare, really, I mean, that doesn't say anything about Helen. You just got to learn to look around that. You got to see behind that, to the keen intellect that lies behind those eyes. Helen Keller is a dyed-in-the-wool murderess. She's a straight-up, cold-blooded killer. There's no 2 ways about it. She will put a bullet right between your fucking eyes, or right between a sectoid's eyes, or a thin man, or, you know, an outsider. It doesn't matter. Helen Keller is an indiscriminate killer. She'll murder anything that she can get her little hands on. And as such, I think we take her on the mission. Attack armor sniper, yeah, that's actually good. So Helen Keller's ready to go. She's locked and loaded. She fired 4 shots on her first mission, folks, and she brought back 3 kills, so we have no doubts about Helen's capabilities. She can get shit done. Who do we want backing her up here? We only have 5 more slots, one of which I would very much like to be an engineer, and one of which I would very much like to be a rocketeer, and one of which almost has to be a scout. We don't have a medic. That, a bit of a problem. We actually have 3 medics in the whole... Okay, so Joseph Lister is the one slacking here. 2 days. Lister probably got distracted overseeing the antiseptic surgery down in the infirmary, trying to set up more microbial protective procedures, but really, we could use them in the field considerably more. And we'll have to make do. So no medic on this one. We do want a gunner. I think we'll take Matahari. So on our last mission, we sent sort of forward mobility team ahead to kind of scout the region, while our base of fire team, which constituted a sniper and a gunner, sort of held back and kept the fort under control, and I really was pleased with the outcome on that, and so much so I think I'm going to try and repeat it, actually. So it's going to be Matahari. Yeah, you know what? Let's get rid of that med kit. Let's go with the laser sight. We want Mata to have as much aim as possible. So we're going to go with tac armor, LMG, scope, laser sight, Matahari. That's got Matahari and Helen Keller holding shit down for us with the long-range fire support. We need a forward team now. I'm thinking forward team is going to consist of at least 1 assault and a scout. Probably just 1 assault and a scout. Let's take the Rough Rider. We'll grab old Theodore here. Teddy R going in. Teddy R is actually fully kitted, loaded, and ready to go. Teddy Roosevelt, Rough Rider, comes fucking ready, folks. You don't have to change anything on that. That guy was born ready. We're also going to bring Lance Corporal Mitch Hedberg here. Hollow targeting and lightning reflexes for Mitch. Mitch is, you know what? Let's change your kit a little bit, Mitch. Let's get you a battle scanner, and let's get rid of that tac vest. We're going to have to go full on tac armor for you, buddy. With only 6 health, you're going to have trouble surviving a hit. 5 health almost guarantees that you go down if shot. This will slow you down a bit, champ. I still think it's the right move. We're going to armor you up a little bit. We've been getting hit a lot lately, so the sort of, yeah, the wise precaution seems to be just assume that somebody may take a hit and try and keep them alive when it happens. Now, we could go engineer, we could go rocketeer. Honestly, I would prefer to have one of each if it's possible, and fortunately, it is possible. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to grab old Miyamoto Musashi. We're going to give him a carbine? Now, you know, I think we give Miyamoto... He's going to need to be a little bit closer to the fight. I think we go with tac armor, shotgun, pistol. We're getting rid of those AP grenades. I already learned my lesson on that shit. AP grenades are all but useless. We're going to go double HE grenades. Make it a shit go boom. Miyamoto Musashi is not going to fuck around. If you have cover, he will chop it up. Chop it up like it's getting diced with a katana. Little known fact, the Ginsu Corporation actually founded by Miyamoto Musashi because he is an immortal warrior who cannot be slain or leave the mortal plane. That's just how he pays the bills. Ginsu knives. I mean, it works. It works for him. Also, quality knives as well. Don't doubt Miyamoto Musashi's product, because he will show up and kick your ass. And then, as much as I despise Rocketeers, and I think it's pretty well documented how much I fucking despise Rocketeers, and it's a lot, I am going to bring J. Robert Oppenheimer, on this mission. I would give him a shotty, but J. Robert can't carry one. Again, a battle scanner also has merit, but I really think for J. Robert, our best bet might be to... We're going to try and... Yeah, we're going to give him this less scope, actually. So, rockets tend to go very, very awry. We could give him a shredder rocket. Now, let's go with the damage rockets. So we're going to give him 2 rockets and a scope to help with his, let's face it, terrible aim. The scope really is to do nothing but prevent him from firing a rocket into the ground at his own feet and killing everyone. We don't really want him to become Death Destroyer of Worlds for his own team. If he wants to become Death Destroyer of Worlds, we'd prefer he destroy alien worlds, not the planet he currently occupies. So, no Shiva moments here, J. Robert. We need you to be a little more conservative with your destruction, if you would, please. So that's our team. Off we go to Operation Fallen Hydra.
And we need to get down there fast.
This is what happens when Captain America comes and sort of kicks your door down and tears your occupation, your entire organization apart from the inside. It's Fallen Hydra thereafter. Hail Hydra. Still feel bad for those guys, though. Feel that Hugo Weaving got a bad rap in that. Maybe the Red Skull wasn't quite as bad as he was cracked up to be. I considered subscribing to his newsletter. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Come in, HQ.
Alright, let's see what we got here. So, Teddy Roosevelt, let's see if we can find our UFO. Is this a... Nope. I was going to say if this is a map border, but it is not. We got a map border over here, and we're along a border. I'm guessing the UFO then is going to be probably somewhere out in... Well, here's the fire. Usually, a strong strategy for locating UFO is just move towards where things are burning. That typically will get you in the right neighborhood, so... There's some UFO wreckage right there. Alright, well, we're going the right way. Let's continue with our strategy here. We'll just employ some standard conservative single moves. We do want to try and get Matahari. And if possible, Helen the Murderer Keller into strong firing positions so they can bring a little bit of power to bear when necessary. Helen Keller, where would you be best employed? Helen's skills as a murderess are in high demand, so of course she can basically name her price when it comes to employment.
Target confirmed. On our way.
Alright, so we're going to take just a setup move here. Let's not do anything crazy. Let's get a couple guys on Overwatch. See if we can get an audio clue maybe that's going to give us a hint of where the enemies are. So we heard an audio clue, but we didn't have a specific direction. Let's just continue to sort of advance the direction we were headed then. I don't like half cover, and this is not strong cover. Oh, you know what? This is... never mind. I'm psyching myself out with these new starting spots. This is the same spot we always start when we've played this map, and we've played this map a number of times, so I should have a pretty good idea exactly what's going on here.
Got it covered.
So we're going to continue advancing here. The best cover is going to be right up around this little central island. It's like a modern home. The best islands are the ones in the center of the kitchen, providing extra cabinet space, extra storage, and extra worktops for those hard-to-do cooking projects. Because, you know, if you're cooking food, you always want to make it as hard as possible to prepare. You know, macaroni and cheese, things like that that are easy. Fuck that noise. That's for saps and shit stains and chumps. You don't make something that's easy to cook and taste reasonably good. You want a meal that's difficult to prepare, takes all of your effort in order to get it done. So we have sight on an enemy. We are going to try and avoid popping them if at all possible. And it should be pretty much at all possible, so we're going to take every precaution. What we're going to try and do then is pop that pod next turn with Helen Keller as our leader. Let's just Overwatch with you. Shit. Alright, so we've got one pod of floaters here and another pod over there. We don't know what this pod is up to, but on the plus side, they are not activated yet. Alright, Oppenheimer. Actually, now may be your chance here. You can't do shit. That's why I hate Rocketeers, folks, right there. That's... yeah, please... Well, she has a 92% chance to hit, which is really good. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take it, because I'm not going to engage two pods if I don't have to. So, Helen Keller... Alright, Helen Keller can't miss. She has one can't miss shot. We're absolutely going to take it. This could potentially get a kill. Of course it got a kill! It's Helen Keller! I'm telling you, you can say what you want about Helen Keller. You can make fun of her, you can call her Deadeye, you can do whatever you want. But when it comes to putting motherfuckers in the ground, Helen Keller does not fuck around. She is a fucking amazing killing machine. Helen Keller is not to be fucking trifled with, folks. You mess with Helen Keller at your own risk. Sincerely, she'll fuck you up. Don't even think about making fun of, you know, any of her disabilities either, because holy shit, that pisses her off. And rightly so, rightly so. The problem is, despite Helen Keller's fine shot, we don't really have a whole hell of a lot that we can do to follow it up. J. Robert Oppenheimer, of course, being a piece of shit Rocketeer, has absolutely nothing to bring to the table. Mitch Hedberg is frankly in just a terrible spot. We can't really afford to advance much this way for fear of possibly popping that other pod, which would be nothing short of a tragedy. We gotta let's get Matahari over here. She can still only... no, she has a different shot. Alright, well that's good. We're gonna have her hunker down, actually. I'm thinking on this turn, we may actually have to have a bunch of people hunker down. I'd love to get Miyamoto Musashi in sort of a grenade range. These floaters do not have grenades to fire back. And Helen Keller is our only unit in full cover. These guys should not be able to move up to the position where they can flank a sister. You know what? I don't like this, but I think it has to be done. It's gonna be hunker down city. Oppenheimer can't even see anybody, so we're going to have him steady his weapon just in case. Maybe he decides he might like to actually hurt the enemy. Perchance, eventually, with a fucking rocket. Piece of garbage. Hunker down. Let's see what the enemy does. Alright, so they're just going to very cautiously advance, and it looks like doing some serious overwatching. That's fine. We can have Helen. Oh, he's taking a poke at Helen? No. J. Robert Oppenheimer, okay. He steadied his weapon, not hunkered down, so he's only in half cover. This guy's flying high. He just bought himself a ticket to the boneyard, I think. Or he landed out of line of sight. Yeah, it's not really very good, Matahari. I do see that guy back there. 47% is not necessarily what we needed. We may revisit Matahari in a moment. Teddy Roosevelt could definitely go over there and fuck that guy up. We could send the Tedster back here, out of run and gun, and he could absolutely ruin that guy's shit. The problem is he might potentially spawn another pod while doing so. Helen Keller has one shot. How can Helen Keller not have a shot at that guy behind us? That seems incredibly unlikely. We need Mitch Hedberg to pull the Overwatch for us. Mitchie, go do the dangerous task, my friend. It has to be done. Your lightning reflexes is going to hold you in fine stead, Mitch. Once again, impeccable comic timing from Hedberg. We shouldn't have doubted him. 88%. We can't pass that up. It's simply too good. It's just too good. There we go. Look at that. Mitch taking his time. Of course, Mitch was always a little bit, a little slow with the punchline. It was just kind of his thing. Sort of a laconic delivery. That was Mitch's calling card. But on this case, it did pay some strong dividends for us. I'm almost positive this will pop a pod. Yeah, I don't like that. J. Robert, what can you see? You have a 54% to hit that guy from here, huh? Interesting. I actually would much rather have you consider firing a rocket, perhaps, say, over here into this tree area. I would like to eliminate that guy's cover, or just kill him if at all possible. The killing part is really sort of what we're looking for, J. Robbie. Well, J. Robert did some damage, so I can't completely naysay him. J. Robert Oppenheimer possibly firing one of the greatest rockets in XCOM Project history. 92%, Matahari's going to gun that fucker down. Yeah, we got him.
Get some.
I'm telling you, Matahari, a consistent seductress. That lady, she'll flirt with anything. She's always trying to bring the boys to the yard. If only she had a milkshake. Man, the boys would be in trouble. This is risky, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, I had expected as much, honestly. So that's unfortunate. What's your hit percentage like? Not particularly good, and also you are in no cover at all. So that plan is not going to work. Helen Keller has 241% shots. She's in a pretty bad position vis-a-vis that guy, though. What do we do with Teddy Roosevelt? We got to get him to some manner of cover. The best cover actually would probably be behind this tree. Do we run and gun? I think, as much as I don't necessarily like it, I think this is his best chance for survival, actually. So we're going to have him run and gun and take the shot. It's got to kill, so on the plus side, we do have one fewer enemy that we got to worry about now. Alright, this is very dangerous. We're going to take a bit of a gamble here. And by a bit of a gamble, I actually mean a pretty considerable gamble, but it's got to be done. We're going to bring old Miyamoto Musashi up here. We're going to have him try and drop a grenade behind this guy's cover. I'm much more interested in destroying his cover than I am in getting the kill, but if he gets the kill, I won't be angry. Alright, so 3 damage, but more importantly, the cover is completely destroyed. That should let Helen Keller... Yeah, Helen Keller's going to tap this off. You got this, Keller. You got it. There we go. Helen Keller drives another coffin nail. And let me just say, Helen Keller earned a promotion. That was a goddamn well-deserved promotion is what that was. Helen Keller should have 4 promotions. That gal has fired 5 total shots in her career, and she has 4 fucking kills. Yeah, this is not good. Oh, Helen! Oh, she's panicked. That's okay, Helen. You hunker down. You're alright. You deserve it. The problem Helen Keller having there, she's being hit from an unfamiliar quarter. Wasn't quite sure where the shot came from, so she didn't know how to react. Not unexpected from Helen Keller. Those kinds of things are going to happen. We still love you, Helen. That's alright. Calm down. Everything's cool. We're going to get you out of this. Don't worry, Helen. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's just fine. Old Mitch Hedberg is over here. He's going to shotgun the shit out of this floater for us. That's 2 kills for Hedberg right there. Mitch's impeccable comic timing delivers again. Matahari's got your back over here with this floater. There's another one down. And that just leaves old Miyamoto Musashi and Teddy Roosevelt, who I like to think are going to be able to take care of things for us. Maybe? I sense another grenade from Musashi. I don't know how well his shot percentage is going to look from here. Probably not that good. Yeah, 31% is not enough to get it done. If we drop a grenade on this chap, though, this may open the door wide open for old Teddy Roosevelt. We may have a San Juan Hill-style charge from the Rough Rider. And Teddy no longer suppressed, and that's going to be one very, very dead alien. I think we take no chances here. We have Teddy go straight up for the flank shot kill. We're not no gambles. Teddy Roosevelt is all about the sure thing, folks. All about it. Seriously, you should have seen some of the chicks that guy took home. I'm telling you. He was all about the sure thing, and a lot of times when it translated to the caliber of ladies that Teddy tended to attempt to woo, well, they weren't always the sharpest knives in the drawer. Teddy liked hookers, is what I'm saying. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with banking on a sure thing. Sure, you might have to pay for it that way, but gotta be pretty loathsome for a hooker to tell you no. It's a tough gig. I'm telling you, being a sex worker, tough gig. It's not like you gotta pick and choose your clients. You just gotta pretty much take whatever walks in the door. Little reload then for the Michster. We should try and get some of our troopers into a better position. I have a feeling the rest of our enemies may be in or around. I beg your pardon, is this a hyperwave device? I'm going to assume that it's not. It looks like one, but no. It's not a hyperwave device. We definitively did not shoot down an overseer vessel with 5 avalanche missiles. Pretty sure that didn't happen. We don't really have a fantastic sort of approach vector here, though. Let's have Musashi head over this direction and see what he can see. If it's clear, then we'll move him to cover. So we'll advance him forward to cover. We are still trying to sort of get to our stated goal of occupying this position in its full cover, even though some of its cover is a little less full, thanks to a Miyamoto Musashi grenade, but I digress. It was a necessary grenade. Oh, shit. Alright, so we've got sectoids. We got sectoids, everybody. Sectoids. Call the Orkin Man. Sectoids are on the scene. Helen Keller actually is probably going to shoot one in the head. She'll hit it. I have every confidence in Keller's abilities. Yeah, see? There you go. Even from ridiculous ranges and freshly panicked, Helen Keller hits what she goddamn aims at. That woman, I'm telling you, nothing short of utterly remarkable. She's one of the greatest humans ever to live, folks. She triumphs over adversity constantly. Also, by the way, Helen Keller, 5 for 6 in her hit percentages. Just like to point that out. Helen Keller is a goddamn deadeye. And when I say deadeye, I'm not being facetious. She's not that kind of a deadeye, although technically she is that kind of a deadeye. It's not what I meant. You guys are putting words in my mouth to make me sound like an asshole, which, you know what, I'm completely an asshole, so it's not exactly a difficult task to make me sound like an asshole because, well, you know. So this is going to scatter 4.2 tiles. Honestly, I don't really give a shit. I hope it scatters towards the enemy. So, J. Robert, just don't slam it into your own fucking feet, and I won't care. That was actually a quality scatter, J. Robbie. So, you know what? I give Oppenheimer a lot of shit. I really do, but I think... Well, there's no thinking about it, actually. Those 2 rockets are better rocket shots, I think, than we got out of any of our previous Rocketeers in any of our previous playthroughs. Those may be the 2 best rocket shots in fucking company history. Even got some damage on that guy? Wow. Remarkably effective, J-Rob. I do not like this at all. I think Miyamoto Musashi is going to fall back. We're going to try and make these aliens come to us. Let's see if we can put a little Overwatch on them. Helen, why don't you get over here? You can reload for us, actually.
We're green to go.
Little low on ammo with Helen Keller. And you know how they do the blindfolded strip your rifle drills down? Yeah, Helen Keller rules at that shit. She's pretty much unfucking defeated because... every rifle strip bill is blindfolded for Helen Keller. I mean, that's how she learned to do it the first time. Doing it with a blindfold on really isn't any kind of big deal for Helen. This guy may be dead. Matahari? She gunned him down. Nice shooting, by the way, Hari. Fantastic work. That just means we've got one little sectoid over there with a little teeny tiny speck of singular health. That guy is not in good condition.
Moving there now, sir.
Let's see if old Miyamoto Musashi can gun his ass down. Well, there's going to be... Do I want to grenade him? I really don't want to grenade him if I don't have to. Take the shot, Miyamoto. Probably should have gone for the grenade, but Matahari, or Helen Keller's still on the job. Let's take Keller. I want the weapon fragments, and this may prove to be a fucking terrible idea from the looks of things. Robert Oppenheimer is out of grenades. It's 57% for Matahari. Sweet lord, guys. This is where it all falls apart. This is where you guys are going to cough it up, huh? So we gotta have to run and gun. Teddy Roosevelt is going to have to run and gun this sectoid.
Going in for the kill.
Alright. Well, we relied on you, Teddy, once before to lead our young nation through a very turbulent time, and you did a fine job there. I have to assume you can lead our team through an equally turbulent crisis here. Goddamn right. Even gave us a sweet-ass glare from the mustache before he put that one down, letting us know that a virulent chap was in charge of that stuff. I mean, you don't get that kind of swank mustache unless you got a lot of testosterone pumping through your veins. Teddy Roosevelt is a man with plenty of fucking testosterone because he's got balls the size of Kentucky. I don't know why I picked Kentucky, and also if your balls are shaped like Kentucky, please seek help from a qualified medical professional because they really probably should not be that shape.
Heading out.
So we've downed, what is that? 9? 4, 4, 8, and 3. So we've downed 11. I have to assume that we're probably looking at 2 outsiders then. Is going to be the remaining crew inside the vessel.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
We're going to come at this very cautiously. J. Robert Oppenheimer is out of rockets, so he doesn't have a whole hell of a lot left to contribute. That being said, still, he's already turned in one of the greatest Rocketeer performances in the history of XCOM, so I have no objections. Anything else he feels like contributing for the remainder of the mission, at this point, it's just gravy. It's icing on the cake, it's the cherry on top. All of it is just far and away above what we expected. Might want to get Matahari a reload. Little low on ammo. Of course, Matahari wasn't really one to rely on bullets to get the job done anyway. She relied on her feminine wiles. And, well, you know, wasn't particularly very good at it. Not that feminine wiles don't work, I'm just saying Matahari probably should have come up with maybe a little better strategy. She didn't exactly have the right targets. I mean, everybody knew she was a spy, and when everybody knows you're a spy, you should maybe consider retiring from the spy game. Just my opinion.
Moving out.
Sort of keep at it.
On Overwatch.
On the one, you know, on the other hand, though, it does really say a lot about Matahari's dedication. The fact that she kept on trying, she stayed in there, even fighting for what she knew to be a hopeless cause. There's you know, there's something to be said for that. Let's have old Mitch go forward here, just a little bit of a looky-loo. There's a meld canister over there. I really wouldn't mind getting to that meld canister if we could. All right, Mitch, you go on Overwatch. Let's see if we can get an audio clue. Alright, so probably looks like our outsiders... Definitely those are outsiders then, because we got no sound effect. And it looks like they're camping the meld canister. Alright, so let's try and set up a little bit of a cross-team work here. We're going to keep Mitch Hedberg coming in this way. So Mitch is going to be team go in the front door. And then we're going to try and sweep around.
The flight computer could prove to be extremely useful in our own research.
It will be entirely useful, Dr. Valen. I'd just like to point out that we have 3 already actually waiting for you back at base. So if you're super eager to begin, you know, like researching and figuring out how they work, you can go ahead and get right on that. I mean, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to stop you. If you want to do the research, I mean, it's waiting to be done down in the basement. I'd really prefer you stick to the laser weapons that I told you to research, because I prioritized those for a reason, but, you know, if you're looking for a little change of scenery, I suppose you could always go check out one of the flight computers. So we're sending in Musashi and Teddy Roosevelt as team shotgun flank here. Yeah, so we've got guys right around this area. Teddy, buddy, Teddy. Soon you will know the horror that comes with finding an outsider. Ideally, we will not pop a pod. Perfect. This is exactly what we want, actually. We're trying to avoid activating those units if we can, while the rest of the team here sort of occupies quality firing positions. That might spawn a pod, and I don't want to do that. Don't you spawn a pod here, Matahari. Alright, I was going to be real salty had you activated any units. Real salty. Musashi,
I see you, Commander.
Overwatch for you, buddy. Helen Keller, we need you in a top quality position to murder the enemy. This I don't really like, but I think that's probably your best bet at this point. Is that cover? It is. J. Robert, get... Oh, shit. Don't activate him, J. Robert. Alright. Oppenheimer showing some quality test before enacting. That's good science, J. Robert Oppenheimer. You always test the hypothesis, the least catastrophic potential outcome before you go full on and engage. So I wholeheartedly support your scientific acumen, sir. There's a reason the Manhattan Project was a success, and you're no small part of it. But now the question is, who do we want to have trigger? Or do we even want to trigger? I think Mata Hari actually might be the right call.
On it.
Interesting.
Enemy spotted.
Damn. Alright, well that turned out to be a mistake. For the enemy, because they just totally boned themselves. Alright, so we're in a good position, actually. J. Robert has a shot. Helen Keller has a shot. Roosevelt's got the shotgun, and Musashi can do some grenade work for us, and then we've got Little Mitch Hedberg bringing up the rear if we need a closer. That's a dash. How far can you get on not a dash, Mitch? Not very far, actually. You could get to there, which is like 4 tiles. You know what? Open this door first, Mitch. I need to be able to see in this room. And so you've got a shot from where you're at. It's just a bad one. 2%? That's not going to get it done. Oh, Little Mitch Hedberg could do some fine work for us here. Alright, Mitchie. Never fear, buddy. You're still going to contribute in the world's greatest way. You're going to flashbang the shit out of both of those guys. Yeah, you outsiders going to suck on that one. That's going to blow. Yeah, you guys, it blew big, and now everybody, all sorts of confused, which means Miyamoto Musashi is going to be able to capitalize at no risk to himself. So we're going to have Miyamoto fall back, and he's going to drop a nice little grenade over here. Don't hit Teddy Roosevelt, please, Miyamoto. If you could avoid killing Teddy Roosevelt, I would appreciate it. Not as much damage as I necessarily would have liked. Helen Keller has a bad shot. Would we be better to steady her weapon or have her take the shot? You know what? We'll come back to that in a moment. J. Robert, we've still got 2. What can you do, Oppenheimer? 36%? That's not good.
There now.
I don't like doing this, but it's got to be done. We're going to take the flank shot here. That is not quality performance. Helen Keller, what can you do with the pistol here? Is it better? No, it's worse, actually. If we got Helen Keller closer, we might be able to make that work. J. Robert Oppenheimer actually does not have a pistol, so there'll be no pistoleering for Mr. Oppenheimer. He could theoretically have a better shot from there. I don't see any disadvantage to not moving him to even try. Okay, the disadvantage is that the shot is worse. Fuck. We're relying very heavily on Helen Keller here. Keller, we need you on this one. It's got to be done. I need somebody with the pistol shot. You know, you were better off from where you were. Alright, so you know what, Helen? I'm not even going to count that one against you on your stats. That was my bad. My bad. Well, this is a big load of bad pickles right here. Yeah, we had to assume that Teddy was going to get hit. Actually, Teddy, if you would fall back and hunker down. Helen Keller also. So the one problem Helen Keller has is when things get unpredictable, she does tend to get a little panicky when things go wrong. Hunkering down probably saved Teddy Roosevelt's life there, so a very, very good decision from Mr. Roosevelt. Helen Keller has panicked, which is unfortunate, but we've got flank shots here probably for Hedberg. We've got another Musashi grenade if we need it. J. Robert Oppenheimer can actually earn his fucking keep this time. We're going to take this shot because this hollow targets. Also, it could kill if it hits. That did hit. Mata Hari with a well-deserved promotion. You know what? I'm going to go here as opposed to going closer because I want the flank shot. And then if things go terribly bad, we can... And 95% with the shotgun. That's got him. Alright, Miyamoto Musashi showing an outsider precisely how one wins a duel. And that is strike first, strike last, strike hard. One swing gets the job done from Miyamoto's mighty, mighty sword/shotgun. So our shotgun surgery techniques, folks, say what you want, but it's effective. If you have an appendectomy, that you need taken care of, one tiny shotgun to the abdomen will absolutely blow it right out the back of your torso. Of course, the collateral damage is going to be massive, and you're still going to the hospital, even though you did your appendectomy at home, because you're going to need hospital attention if you shoot yourself in the abdomen with a shotgun. But still, the effectiveness of the appendectomy cannot be doubted. It will work. And we got promotions across the board here. One thing I have to say I'm a little bit salty about on this mission, we haven't seen a small UFO since we shot down, like, the first small UFO. It's been all mediums, and I'm really looking for some small UFO action so we can get some more troopers leveled up, because we just don't have enough troopers, especially given my proclivity for sending troopers to the fucking hospital. So if you could maybe make with the small UFOs, XCOM, we'd all be a lot happier. Helen Keller's taking low profile. Helen knows how to make best use of available cover because her enhanced senses allow her to detect every single micron of potential obstruction and take full advantage of it. Also, that was a well-deserved promotion. She's missed one shot with her sniper rifle, folks. One shot. One shot she's missed. Teddy Roosevelt's going to be a close combat specialist. We're going to get him a nice little pistol sidearm there, so when he charges up San Juan Hill next time, he'll be a little better equipped. Heat ammo from Atahari. Miyamoto Musashi is going to probably take Sapper. Yeah, he's going to definitively take Sapper because it's awesome. And that just leaves J. Robert Oppenheimer, who... meh. Will to survive is garbage. Ranger is trash. You know what? Heat warheads really are the only thing that makes any kind of sense. That way, next time we come across a pod of robotic enemies like drones or something, maybe he can take them all out with a single rocket. I wouldn't hold my breath. I don't foresee myself taking J. Robert on a whole lot of missions, but I digress. Rest of the troopers did fine. Loot looking pretty solid. 2 sectoid corpses, 8 floaters, 17 Elerium, 30 alloys. We're getting a lot of alloys. 12 weapon fragments, only 4 meld, which is kind of unfortunate. We did bring back 2 intact flight computers, however. That's solid. We also got 2 damaged power sources and 2 damaged flight computers, so that's going to be a nice little windfall of cash as well. Head up to the situation room, and then we're going to sell those off over to the gray market. Get rid of those damaged components. That's going to give us another 90 credits, which puts us at a total of 160, which also puts us closer to our goal that we will need in order to build our officer training facility, which we're probably going to start working on in about 5 days. I think it's 300 for the OTS, isn't it? OTS is only 200, so we're within reach of our goal. Then we'll just probably have to liquidate some corpses. And by liquidate, I actually mean liquefy. We will liquefy those corpses. We also need a repair bay. 50 credits. The repair bay counts as a workshop, right? Let's take a look at that. Yeah. Over here where it's not actually going to be built. I just want to see what it does. It does count as a workshop for adjacency benefits. I don't want to build it there. This row is going to be all laboratories. We could excavate here, but I would prefer this to be a satellite uplink, honestly. Then again, given the engineer restrictions, it's going to be a while before we have satellite uplinks. If we build the access lift, that would put us closer to our second steam vent, and it would open up a good potential. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, man, it's expensive. It costs more for the access lift than I had considered it might. Maybe we'd be better off to excavate here and build the repair bay in that location. That does take down one of our potential locations for satellite uplink, though. We've got 5 days. You know what? It's got to be done. We're going to have to go ahead and begin construction on this. We need this third layer, and then we can build it in that location. I don't necessarily like that choice, but given our steam vent situation, we don't have a whole lot of choices. We don't have an abundance of options. I'm really... Despite the fact that I noticed this on episode 1, I'm still pretty goddamn salty about the way our steam vents turned out. That is a really shitty layout for steam. But it is what it is. We're going to have to learn to make do. And speaking of make and do, I'm going to go ahead and make do and have this episode finished. If you liked the episode, of course, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more daily XCOM, consider subscribing as well. New episodes every day. Get them piped straight to your feed. For now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.